Welcome to Yappin' in the Stacks with Katie and the Diet Boys, featuring Mac Attack.
We're clearly divided.
I see nothing wrong with it. We are even.
Pepsi side.
This is an even
Diet Coke
representation of
I will
America.
not let this be tainted
Right
in y'all's presence.
side. Right.
Even though I did drop it
Whatever.
right before we got started.
We're cool enough that ours say things. Share a
Yeah,
Coke
they
with a
all
partner.
say partner. They were supposed to all say something
Yeah, we need to
different.
talk to the good Coke, not a
Yeah.
sponsor.
Yeah, they
All
were
of our
supposed to-
all of our
it was
Diet
like
Coke said
bro,
partner in that
partner,
box.
I needed a bro.
friend.
I
At
need a
least one
friend,
there.
girl.
We all got partners.
You're all partners. What's up, partner?
We are. The
Cowboy
Western
hat. How
section
you
is
doing,
right over
partner?
there.
It is right behind
Partner.
the camera. Speaking of the section, where are we at right now?
The Westerns. Oh.
No, we're not.
I mean, the Westerns are right
Well,
there.
I mean, you were talking about
But we're
behind the counter.
in-
Yeah. And then
We're
speaking
in
of-
the travel section because we're going to be talking about a little traveling that we did a few weeks ago that we teased in the first episode of the pod a little bit. And this is Mac Attack Mac that we did also talk about a little bit on the pod.
Mac went. She traveled.
She
with.
went,
I
so
did.
she's going to be here with us today, giving us some
I
information.
did not go.
Logan did not go because he bought a house,
I'm too busy. Way too. I would have
which is
rather
good. We can't all go. Some people have to stay back
Went.
and
Yeah,
do the
someone's
library
got to
thing.
run this place,
Right.
right?
It would be cool next year when we all go. We could film one at location.
Yeah.
And
that would be
next year, it's going to be in Knoxville.
I already
that's
have it
cool
on my
town.
calendar.
I
Already.
don't use a calendar. I don't plan that far out.
I should
I
put it
do.
on my calendar.
I only have a calendar in my office because someone gave me a calendar.
Because your office was dry and you needed some decoration.
It
My
is dry.
calendar,
I need to put more stuff on my walls. I
my
took those
calendar
down.
gives me notifications on when to plant specific crops.
On your 22 acres that you don't plan on anymore.
He's planning.
Exactly.
He's going to plant some sunflowers.
Well,
soon.
I mean, they were just set up. They were set up long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I set them all up in there. So and like
It's just a reminder,
yearly.
yeah.
Speaking of
So I gotta go-
planting, good segue.
Well,
We did some planting of stuff here at the library.
That's true.
did. We'll have to
And I will
insert
cut
photo
in a
here.
Yeah. Tell a little bit about it, Rich.
We have some planters that are would you call that, a patio planter?
Yeah.
They're like the longer rectangle ones. We have two of them out there, and we have some rosemary and some basil, and we have cilantro,
And
which
marigold.
is controversial.
I like
It's very
cilantro.
controversial.
I do like cilantro.
Yeah.
Do we
Isn't there
all?
like a- isn't
Some
there-
people
I
have
could take
taste
it or-
soap.
chemical in
I could take
Yeah.
it or leave it, really.
Some people taste soap when they eat
Um,
cilantro.
On street
Yeah.
talk, I'll delete it.
Well, anyway,
Anything else, I'm good.
I like it on
there's
straight corn.
there's also a
Marigold.
there's a marigold. Yeah, you're right. A marigold in the center of each one.
They look
and
nice.
there's some not parsley. There's oregano.
Oh, yeah.
in there.
And I already took some basil home.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to use it this weekend. I'm going to
Awesome.
make some margarita pizza.
And on another note, basil is best stored just in the bag. Don't put it in
That's
your
what
fridge.
I did. I
If
didn't
you
put it in my
in your
fridge.
fridge. It'll turn black, and you'll be like, ew,
Ew.
ew.
Awesome.
So y'all
Pictures will
went to
be
TNLA. Yeah,
photos.
we'll have pictures in there of the planters, and we'll hopefully put in some pictures of TNLA as
Yeah.
we talk about it. First, main question. I was gonna split it kind of into two parts. The first half is what was your. It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite. It could just be your best story or experience with something library related or
Okay.
that you experienced with TNLA.
Okay.
Whoever wishes to go first.
I have several, so I want one of y'all to go first because if it's the same story, I'll tell a
They
different
take
one.
it.
So, Rich, let's go that direction.
Okay. Library related. Now, would our little field trip to
Absolutely.
the Knoxville, or not Knoxville, Chattanooga Library?
Yes, that would definitely
be
count. Yes.
Included as a conference.
It's a library
event?
related, yes.
All right. So we went there, and we got to see their makerspace, and it was like really impressive. They had like CNC machines and laser cutters. And,
What is a CNC machine?
like a CNC router, like it'll cut wood or metal, or
Did they
you run CAD on it like a program, and it'll cut out whatever you program.
Did they
it to
have
run.
a staff member just for making?
They have
They had like 3 or 4.
They had 3 desks, and then she said sometimes they have more than 3, but their entire 4th floor is the makerspace.
I went to a talk by one of the women that was up there.
That's right.
But I wasn't going to get into that now. I was just answering the question. I think that was probably one of my favorite library-related things that we did.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. The elevators, we have the 5500 XL.
No,
over
30.
here.
33.
No, that's what he thought it was. It actually is the 5500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
you
it's
know,
the
you
XL
know.
model.
That's right. If you know, you know.
So, their elevator is kind of
They're not
scary,
as new of a building, but
and
they
it's
have a
4
very
stories,
nice building.
So it's, there's 4 floors.
Right,
so
ours is only 2.
That, I haven't been in a building that big in quite a long time.
He was a country boy come to
I don't
town.
normally come indoors.
Even though he's from
You
Philly.
rode in on your horse?
Even though he's
Yeah.
from Philly.
Dust off your boots before you went
I
in.
ain't never been north of the Kentucky border.
Well, you weren't there either.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Mac, what was your favorite thing?
The library related thing.
Or TNLA related.
Right.
Whatever.
My favorite thing then has to be like when we went to like the art museum there in Chattanooga, and I have never went to an official art museum before, so it was one of my favorite things, and it was very touching and emotional. Just
Well, that
to be
makes
there.
sense because you're very artistically
Yeah.
inclined.
And she was taking an art class this semester, so
Yeah.
she knew. She was like, "Oh, I knew about some of
relevant.
this stuff."
Yeah.
But yes, she's an
felt
artist.
very
In fact,
smart.
you can plug your Facebook page right now. She created a Facebook page yesterday for her
I
art,
did.
so you
and
should
it's
plug it.
called the Art Catalog. Follow it. It's by Mac.
How did
Little
by
insert.
M-A-K?
MAK.
Because there's multiple ways to spell Mac.
There are.
Yeah, there is.
Well, maybe we can put a little
I met
link.
someone.
We can put a link in the description.
It was a few years ago now, but we were traveling in Springfield, Illinois, and we
That's
went
north
to,
of the Kentucky border.
I know. And we went to an open mic night thing, and I went up there and played some music on stage and everything, and then this dude got up there and he's singing this song, and some young woman from the crowd got up and started singing along, got up on stage and everything, and when she got off, he asked her name, and she hollered Mac, but he couldn't hear her, so he's like, meth? And she's like, no, Mac, like the truck. And he's like, meth like the drug?
I think he was
So-
just going with it at that point.
When I first met Mac, I was like, you mean Mac like the truck?
And she was like, I
And
guess.
she was like,
okay.
because she doesn't know the inside joke, I
Yeah.
guess, it was...
Well,
she
and you
couldn't-
get-
I'm
Read
sure
your
that
mind.
was like, why's this dude...
And you do say some out of pocket things sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Which is fine. It's not a
Anyway.
bad
It
thing.
keeps it interesting.
What was your favorite thing?
Okay.
Or
My
your-
favorite library-related TNLA thing about the trip was probably, well, as I said before, seeing all the library people is always good, especially because, like, I'm on the 10 Share board, which is a library consortium that we help with the state negotiate prices for, like, our interlibrary loan services and things like that. And I'm on this 10 Share consortium with a bunch of these people at TNLA that I only see on a computer screen once a month. And so it was nice to see people like in real life because I hadn't been to TNLA or been to a conference since I was started on 10 Share. So it was good to see them. Also, I think the keynote speaker was my favorite, and the hip hop
Who was
program,
the keynote
which I'm going to
speaker?
talk about in a minute. But what was her name? I can tell you. She was really good. So she talked a lot about. She wasn't necessarily a library person, but her focus was like, I would say self-care, but it wasn't really self-care. It was like managing your like expectations
you all
of
three
yeah,
went to the
managing your expectations of yourself.
I think I have the app
I do too.
open, and it might say.
But she was great, and she talked a lot about. Hold on, she talked a lot about one thing I really took away was other people's failure doesn't reflect on you. So you have to let other people fail.
Was it the leading in
so
an
she was
anxious
getting
workplace?
No, it was
First thing of the event.
Yes, she was differentiated. Yes, it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, different.
And her name is Karen Peabody. Differentiated leadership, leading in an anxious workplace, and she was really, really good. And that because she was talking about leadership, because a lot of times, especially because I'm new still to this being a director situation. I have been in charge of people before, supervisor, but never this level. So in my brain, a lot of times I think anything that fails at the library is a reflection on me, right? And I mean, ultimately, yes. But also she made the point of how are your people supposed to grow if you go in and fix stuff and then they never even know that it went wrong or they didn't know that it could have gone better had they done this or this or this. And also it could be that your way is not the best way. So maybe you shouldn't jump in because maybe it'll work out fine their way too. So that was good to me. So I really took a lot away from that. And then Skylar Gambert did a hip hop presentation, hip hop at the library. And we're going to maybe the next episode because we're going to Memphis to see him. So I'll just tease, that was awesome. It was a hip hop thing and he was a punk rock guy, but he's the genealogy librarian at Orange Mound Library in Memphis. And we're going to go see him next week. No, 2 weeks.
So
from
how
now.
was it? A 3-day conference?
2 days. Wednesday they had pre-conference stuff, but we didn't get there on time. We went Wednesday evening. We didn't get there till Wednesday evening.
And y'all stayed,
or Tuesday evening.
You stayed with family, didn't you?
One night.
No.
One.
Oh,
he didn't. We got there. He just hung out with family. He went a little early.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or not family, friends.
There's Don Gallagher's.
Well, Gallagher.
Yeah. He met me down there, and we went and stopped and had a burger, and
They hung out, and then
hung
we
out
met.
at the aquarium kind of area is real neat and stuff. And
Mac and I shared a room, and Rich had his own room.
yeah, I had my own room. It was great.
Sweet. I've only.
It was a little weird actually, the no barrier to the shower.
Oh, well, you must have had a
Yeah.
handicapped room.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no barrier,
usually
so
have a bigger
the water
shower
just
and all
kind
that
of flowed
stuff.
out all over the bathroom.
You had a handicapped room, because we
Yeah.
didn't have that.
Yeah. What's up?
That I always you get a bigger shower.
It was a nice hotel.
That's the handicap stall. I probably shouldn't do it, but I like to go into the handicap stall because I'm a bigger dude.
And
I
if
got
somebody
longer
came in that was
legs.
handicapped, you would,
right. I mean,
give them the straw. I mean, you would, mid.
You never know. Depends. I
Hey,
guess.
come on in.
Depends.
Yeah.
We'll take turns.
So anyway, that was cool.
That's cool though.
Yeah. What's your next question? I think
Well,
did we
before-
sufficiently answer that?
Yeah. Before we get to the next question, I want to talk about
Yeah.
a book that I have in my stack.
Yeah, we need to talk about our books.
The Waterfalls of Tennessee. This is from the travel section, and I have not read this, but I was flipping through before we started, and I landed on a waterfall called Lower Turtletown Falls,
Nice.
and
Lower
I just
Turtletown.
wanted to point that out.
Nice.
Lower
Well,
Turtletown.
I'll
Where
talk
is-
about.
Do you know where that is?
It's near
Let's
North
see.
Kakalaki.
It's
North Carolina.
if you take US
North Carolina.
149 over Little Tennessee River, North Carolina.
In the comments, you
It's
can find it
here
out. Has
specifically. Rock
anybody
Creek.
ever heard North Kakalaki?
Yeah, because
Anybody?
I
In the
had none of us
comments, find
had,
it out.
but he had. Are you too
It's
far
a
over?
thing. It's a
So
thing.
what about have any of you? We had a thing where I come from. We used to call Pennsyltucky. Have any of you heard
Pennsylvania
that?
and Kentucky?
Yeah.
I know Pennsatucky from Orange is the New
Pennsyltucky.
Black.
Yeah.
It's a punch bowl waterfall.
Punch bowl waterfall.
Nice.
It's, yeah.
Well, there's the map there. So there's North Carolina.
It's along Calderwood Lake. I just liked the name.
Yes, Lower Turtletown.
Lower Turtletown.
So I'll talk about my travel book that I picked because we were in Middle Tennessee, sort of. I feel like Chattanooga's kind of Middle East edge,
Yeah.
but
It's because it's south, so it's middle, kind of really middle.
yeah. Well, next year's
Isn't it
TNLA is going to
yeah,
be.
it's-
I will say that I said on the last pod that I thought it would probably be in West Tennessee because they normally go
Yeah.
West Middle East, but I think it wasn't far enough east. So they're going Knoxville next year.
Yeah.
Then they'll go back to
West.
west. So I picked this book from the travel section called Middle Tennessee on Foot, Hikes in the Woods, and Walks on Country Roads. I live on a country road, like walk on a country road. We tried to do a little
We
hike.
tried to touch grass.
But they had a tornado where we were near Mont Eagle, and there was a lot of damage, and so the trail was closed. But we did try to touch grass, Logan.
Funny thing about that too.
We touched a little grass.
It was
We
really
walked.
cool.
We
Little
walked.
grass.
Yeah.
We went by and I was like, dang, there's just some like metal in this playground. Like they really let that playground go. That's the roof to the school. Didn't know that.
It's a really cool area.
It is a cool area. That's where the
University
Caverns
of Tennessee is there, or there's some university around
Maybe.
there.
That's where the Caverns
There's
is.
UTM in Chattanooga.
In Chattanooga.
No,
UT
that's what
Chat,
I'm
not
talking
UTM
about.
Chat.
Monty- I'm talking about Mont Eagle. I don't know what it is. But either way, it's a cool area, and it would have been great if
Yeah.
they hadn't got hit by
We
a
were trying to
tornado.
see a waterfall,
Right.
actually. So, but that's okay. We'll get, next time we're in Mont
Travel on.
Eagle, which the Caverns is in Mont Eagle, and they're doing Rocky Horror Picture Show in October
yeah.
in the Caverns. I kind of want to go, but I don't think I can. But that's okay. Okay, Michaela, tell us about one of your books. It's okay if it's not a travel book.
That's good because I do not have one. So I'm going to do this one.
Go for it.
It's Love Letters to a Serial Killer. So this girl is just falling in love with a mysterious man, but does not know that it's a serial killer until later.
Nice.
That's about it.
It's good. Who's the author?
She is Tasha Coriel.
Yeah, that's how I would say it. Coriel.
Coriel.
Sure.
Have
Cool.
you read that one?
I have not actually. It's on my
It's on her TBR.
it's on
TBR.
TBR.
All right.
Awesome, Rich. Tell us
Rich,
about
what
one
you
of your
got?
books.
All right, I got this Off the Beaten Path book. Tennessee,
In where?
Off the Beaten
Tennessee.
Path. Yeah, Tennessee, because we traveled in Tennessee.
And we did go off the beaten path. a
We
little
did
bit.
go
did.
off the beaten path,
which
and
is-
there is some cool
It was a
stuff
fun
off
time.
the beaten path.
It was a fun time.
Talking about off the beaten path. Second
Segue.
question is, what was your favorite or best, coolest, non-library, non-TNLA experience?
Mm.
So something we did.
during
So
your trip?
Michaela kind of said something already, but
Something
she could
you
say
did
another
after.
one.
Something
Something we did either that
After
night
hours.
or after
That
hours
night
or
on the way
the next
there, on
day
the way
or whatever.
back.
I mean, it's hard to say because I have a spot in my heart for the diner, the
Then
city
do the
cafe.
diner.
Tell us about
But I
what
mean,
diner.
the pickle bar was a pretty cool.
I'm going to talk about
experience.
it. So talk about the
so
diner.
it's
About the diner.
The Diner Cafe.
The
I love a
diner,
good
the city
diner.
cafe.
It was good.
Diner, the city diner cafe, city cafe
Did
diner.
you get breakfast?
Oh, every day.
He got breakfast every day.
Yeah.
We got one day breakfast.
It's the best diner.
What'd you get? What'd you get? What's your
Probably,
diner
I
order?
probably got an omelet of some sort with hash browns and
What did I get that first night? It was
all
very
the stuff. Oh
Coffee?
yeah. Oh,
definitely coffee. He got
probably.
coffee every
I probably
time.
had coffee. Yeah.
One day you had a Diet Pepsi and a coffee and a water.
Dang,
Yeah,
son.
man, you gotta
He
keep
was
them
triple
going.
freaking it.
It's like a.
The
It's like when
trifecta.
you're at McDonald's and you get one of every soda.
Oh, yeah.
Suicide?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
Did y'all call that a suicide?
that's what we called it, but I
I'm
wasn't
not
going to
sure
say
what
that.
we-
on
Well,
I don't-
I think.
some
Oh,
words
sorry,
are-
YouTube.
I don't remember
Yeah.
what we called it. But yeah, we used
We
to
are.
do
Yeah,
that.
that's what we called it.
Yeah. Michaela, what was your favorite non-TNLA activity?
If someone doesn't mention something that y'all have already
Yeah,
told me
you
about,
bring it up.
I have something.
Okay.
I have to. I have a.
That's
question.
fine. Well, she thinking.
Well, go ahead. Tell us about the pickle bar.
Okay, we went to the Pickle Barrel, and it was really fun. It was right across the street from the library and our hotel, which was at the conference center, which was great. And the Pickle Barrel, I'm sure a lot of people, if you've been to Chattanooga, you know Chattanooga, you live in Chattanooga, you know it. It seemed like a pretty famous place to me. It's in this building that like goes, and we have some pictures that we'll show potentially. It like the building comes to like a point, right? So we went in and we sat in the little point.
You were in
on
the corner.
thing. Yeah, we were in the corner.
Yep.
And
a bunch of
I don't
bad
know the
kids.
history of the Pickle Barrel.
Right
Perhaps
into
we
the
should.
pickle.
Perhaps we should look it up. That why it's called that because I bet maybe there was the building some kind of
Did they
relation
serve
to pickles.
pickles?
They had pickles on
They
their
had
menu.
pickles,
And nobody
but,
ate
I mean,
one?
We didn't eat anything.
very-
We
We
had
didn't
just
eat- we had
eaten at a
just eaten-
delicious restaurant
Yeah.
called.
Something.
No, I'm gonna know what it's called.
I just remember I felt very overwhelmed.
It was very good at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
because
was
she
good.
felt like it was fancy. It was very
It
good.
was very
So
fancy.
the woman that Rich heard speak, it's her husband is the executive chef at the place that I'm going to think of, the something house, not Freight House. I want to say that every time. The Custom House.
You got it. You got that.
And I really enjoyed that meal as well. We had like a charcuterie board situation. What
Smoked
did you?
cheeses and stuff.
Yeah.
in
What
there.
did you eat,
Man.
Michaela?
I got a 4-item veggie plate. It's all the sides. It was asparagus, green beans, mashed potatoes, and mac and
It was
cheese.
very good. It was a
What'd you
good
get, Rich?
plate.
Do you
I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember. I got asparagus. I know, which was
You thought you got
delicious.
something meat.
I'm a
pork
meat
chop or
eater, so
something.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
for
I
something.
had meat, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
really
know
good.
what I had.
But it was delicious.
Had
And
shrimp and
oh, I had shrimp and
grits.
grits. This is
Oh,
true, and it was so good because I'm a big fan of shrimp and grits, and like I like to try people's
That
because
makes
I
sense.
make good shrimp and grits. So I like to be like, is this better than my shrimp and grits? And yes, was the answer. It's very good. So we went there, and
Okay.
so we didn't eat anything at the Pickle Barrel because we were full. But we did go upstairs, and they had this really cool. They were scared to go up the stairs because it was
Sketchiest
spiral,
stairs
but it
in
was
the world.
awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty
So
sketchy. I,
I
have
went up
video of
there-
the stairs.
This
bro.
is what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
I went up
About
there,
the stairs.
and I checked it out, and then I came down, and I was like, "You guys have to come up here." And there was a little deck that we sat on, a wooden deck, and it right at the library, right across.
'Cause y'all
So
were
we
all
sat
afraid
there.
of some spiral stairs.
Dude.
Those stairs were holding
I made
on
them
to
have an
hopes and
adventure.
dreams.
Y'all had a cultural
I made 'em- they
experience
were
in
metal.
the stairs.
Those stairs were metal. They were not going
well-
Oh
anywhere.
yeah, they were. They were absolutely safe. I had no question about that.
Yes,
I did.
You know,
Now you made it.
But you
and
wouldn't
aren't
want
you
to-
glad we went up there?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to go up and down them like after a few drinks.
I mean,
of
right,
Pickle
I'd
Barrel.
say- Same,
after a
I would
few
agree
drinks
that.
at the pickle barrel. I
So
would
we
not wanna-
had one beverage at the Pickle Barrel on the.
Did they
balcony.
have pickle themed cocktails?
I don't know because we didn't like look at the drink
Nah, I had a
menu.
beer.
'Cause
We
I'm
had
like-
I had a sour. It was very good.
I'm really into.
I had an
love
Untitled
pickles.
Art.
Oh yeah, she had a non-alcoholic beer called Untitled Art
It stayed untitled for a reason.
because it was hoppy.
It was happening.
So there's a pickle festival somewhere
Yes.
in Tennessee.
Yes, I
and
don't know if it's in Chattanooga.
Me and
though.
my wife want to go to that.
I would
No,
want to.
I-
Maddie
you know.
Parr wants to go to the pickle festival.
Pickle festival.
so like,
That sound?
We should
I
take
think they
a
need
library
like
trip.
a pickle barrel. Suggestion: they need like a whiskey barrel that they empty
They-
out and keep.
Oh.
with
They
pickles.
may.
Dude.
We need to. If we go to
And then you go in
Chattanooga
there and
again,
you get a pickle. That's
if I go to
great.
Chattanooga again, I'm definitely going there because the vibes were great. It was a great place, and that little deck, it was removed from everybody else. Like there was a separate deck, and then there was that. We were hanging out. The library was right
You
there.
could see the library.
Yeah, it was awesome.
it's cool.
It
So,
was cool.
sorry, that was really long, but that was
Um,
my favorite non-TNLA. Did you think of yours? A baseball game.
Going back to the pickles while
Oh.
she thinks of that.
Okay.
Where I grew up at, it was common for you to walk into the store and they would have barrels of pickles there.
Oh, okay.
And
Philadelphia.
yeah, it was
You
awesome.
Go there.
Could you just
Like
grab
the-
one?
Yeah, you
Barehanded?
just- No, not barehanded. They had like a tongs.
dig in there.
Could you go pickle fishing?
There was like
Put your
tongs
fingers in
on
there?
a chain that you would reach in with and grab your pickle. and
Yeah,
put it
we
in a
had that.
bag,
We
you
had
know?
that.
Could you go pickle?
I like the Country General
But yeah,
store.
there'd be like 5 or 6 barrels.
The country
just sitting
corner.
there.
I'm not sure why it was in quotation marks.
Yeah.
The Country General store.
You know,
It wasn't real.
because it wasn't really the country.
And it wasn't really in the country. I grew up on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, but there is north of I-10, the Kiln. That is
Yeah.
the country. Okay, Michaela.
I think
Mac.
my favorite after hour, it has to do with TNLA, but doesn't as
That's
well,
okay.
is hanging out with the people afterwards.
There you go.
Is-
That's after hours.
And it was so funny, especially because that one lady was talking about, we went to a baseball game, and
The lookouts. And
after,
we have photos from that as well.
The lookout.
And Rich video.
And video.
yeah.
Y'all are
with
up in
mascot.
this bill.
The editing bill. Go ahead.
We were way out in left field.
So
Literally.
then she was talking about how there was this one player that had a shiny belt and the rest
Oh,
of them
yeah.
did not have a shiny belt.
She was like, I want to know why he was special, why you got the
Yeah.
special belt.
and she called
Might be
him the special
Tinka.
boy.
He was a special boy. That's what she
Special boy.
said.
How old was this lady? Was this
All
the
right.
same
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah. No. She was like, why is he a special boy? Why does he have a shiny
Special
belt?
boy.
She was like, I want to know, is he a special boy? And I
guess
think she
what
did
it
find out
is.
that he had played in the majors and he was like
So he gets
injured.
a shiny belt.
So, well, maybe it was a belt from his other uniform.
Oh.
And he just, so maybe he was out of
Or-
uniform.
He was hoping for good
Or
opportunity.
he's a rookie and hasn't
Maybe.
his belt hasn't
That's
gotten
true.
dirty.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
No, but it was like
Didn't really do a whole
metal. It
lot.
was like shiny, like it was a different material.
That wouldn't have been my favorite. I'm not a baseball enjoyer.
Yeah.
We didn't stay at the baseball game very long.
Yeah,
We
I'm
ate
not
the
really into
food.
baseball much
We
either.
talked to the mascot. We talked to a few of the
Although I
librarians.
should talk to my
You got
mother
the
about it. She
mascot.
likes
And then we went to
baseball.
eat at the custom house.
You had an experience with the mascot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Shake
There's
his
that video.
He played with my beard.
He did.
That's-
He
Okay.
stroked my
The
beard.
lookout.
Yeah.
And I thanked
It's
him
just like
for
a
it.
big red guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big hat.
Interesting.
It's just like the Western Kentucky mascot, who's also a big red guy, who's a hilltopper.
Okay.
And he's a lookout, which is also a mountain. So there's something about the mountains and
So
big
just-
red
All right.
mascots.
Yeah, it just means that they put the eyes above the brim.
Right.
Basically, it's,
Yeah.
it's just a giant hat
Yeah,
with
it was
legs
just a
and
blob.
arms and legs.
Just a blob. Okay. What else we got?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we can talk about another
Those are
book.
my questions.
Yeah.
We can talk about another book.
Sure.
You want to go?
I
You
can
want to go in that order since we did it last time?
I'll talk about my most recent read,
Oh,
Oh, which is also one of Rich's fave books.
Yeah.
The Color of
alright.
Magic, Terry Pratchett. The first of a very long series.
Is it from fantasy or sci-fi?
This
Fantasy.
is from fantasy. All of his are fantasy.
The fantasy section.
It's short, 200 pages, a fun little adventure. It's lighthearted fantasy.
Yeah.
Nothing too serious.
Nice. Well, I'll talk about my most recent read. Sunrise on the Reaping, the new Hunger Games book. About this one focuses on the backstory of Haymitch, who is one of my favorite characters, Woody Harrelson in the movie, if you've seen the movie. Suzanne Collins, and this is in our young adult section. My son and I, who's 22 now, read the original Hunger Games series together, and we would always, we couldn't go to the movie until we had both read the books first. So when Battle of Songbirds and Snakes came out last year, I read it before we went to the movie. I don't think he read it, but we did go to the movie together when he was home for Thanksgiving. So I'm very excited about this. This was very good. It was very hard to read because it is very heartbreaking, but it was very, very good. And I like sad books. That's a thing about me.
Hamage is this true OG.
Yes, I love Haymitch. I have my little
So
stack of
I'll
read
also
whatever.
talk about a book I've read. It's not recent,
That's okay.
but it's called Neon Gods. It's actually a romance book based on the
Spicy Greek gods.
It is the
Spicy.
It
The-
is. You gotta own
It
it.
is.
If you're
It is.
reading you
Fine.
gotta own it. Come on.
spice level 1 to 5 is definitely, I would say maybe like a 4. It's not
Pretty high, but not all
Not
the
a
time.
solid
What was,
but
the,
not like-
what was the word associated with that?
smut.
No, that was level 5,
No.
wasn't it?
Smut's level 5, yeah.
What was level? what
It
was
seems
level
like that would be
4?
the most.
I don't remember the words. Then. That's the only one I know.
So, but what gods? Because I interrupted you. I'm
So
sorry.
this one is about Hades and Persephone, and
Which is a great
about
story.
how they became together. And there's more in the series.
Is it-
And it does each god's
Is it
different.
modern though?
It's modern times.
Set in
It's like, 'cause
So
the
it's not
cover looks
as-
very modern.
It's not as like as some people really like it back in that era more than they do
the
modern
language,
time.
right? But you liked it.
I
set in
liked
modern
it.
times.
It was good. There was really like slow parts, but like you have
But
to
you
get
got
rid
through
of them
them. Yeah,
sometimes.
awesome. And who's the author? Karen. Katie.
Katie
Should've known.
Roberts.
I bet
Katie
she don't
Roberts.
have some die
2
boys.
E's.
2 E's for the KT.
I bet she don't have die boys.
I don't know.
All right.
It's convenient. I can get.
Ah,
people, get
yeah,
them to help
this is perfect. Since Logan went with Terry Pratchett, I have a Terry Pratchett book right here. And this is of the Wizard series. He has several different series. There's the Wizards, there's the Witches, there's Death, there's all these different, and each one of them is their own storyline with, 10 books or something. This one is has many of the same characters that one has in it, and is even shorter. So it's like a quick read. It's 150 pages.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Fantasy.
It's fun. It's fantasy.
Fantasy in the fantasy
but
section.
It's fun adventure. It's not too serious. It's
Nice.
some laugh out loud
I like
moments
the art
in there
on that
too.
one.
Yeah, the
Awesome.
art is
yeah,
excellent.
it's nice.
Well, those are the new covers.
These are the new covers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of TNLA related and not TNLA related, but it's a question for you.
Oh no.
Ooh la la.
I'm gonna talk. I want you to talk a little bit about like the state tech people and like what you've been going through this week a little bit. Just like give people like a behind the scenes look of like technology in the library and
Yeah.
like how that works and like the state
So-
tech people and all that.
The biggest shout out to CJ
Yeah.
at the region. Me
Who
and
works
him-
for the state? He's
Yeah.
he covers 2 regions, I think.
Mhm.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Me and him were in the floor of the tech closet for 4 hours yesterday, fixing some very elaborate back
You were
end
you
issue
were
of
there
the
for a few
cameras.
hours the day before too. weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. And that was tough because it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. CJ knew some of it, but we learned together, which was
And
cool.
he has a way of
CJ's
explaining things.
yeah.
that
Yeah,
is
he really does.
CJ is
He's
great
very good.
because he teaches you as he goes, which I really appreciate.
Because then next time maybe you can handle it before having
Yeah.
to reach
Well,
out.
almost as if he lets you into his process, like
Yeah.
his thought process
Yeah.
of how
Yeah,
you would attempt,
absolutely.
how you would go
Yeah.
about this.
And I will say, while y'all were gone at TNLA, everything went pretty smooth.
Well, that's
I would
good.
say.
Good.
It was chill.
Good.
Awesome.
And
Nothing
CJ's
too bad happened.
paid by federal money.
Yes.
He's the only. So the state tech people that. So Chad is not paid with federal money. He's our
No, he's the
our
other
local regional guy, but CJ's paid with federal money. So we need
Chad
CJ
is
to
great, too.
stay around. We don't need to lose
Shout
CJ.
out to Chad.
Shout out to Chad. And I appreciate too that the Tennessee State Library does this, and because a lot of libraries don't have a tech person,
Yeah.
and so they are able to reach out. Because like I couldn't even imagine, even though like Greenfield, for example, is a tiny library. There is one person that works there, and I couldn't imagine as the director having to do all the things,
Yeah.
cover all the books,
That's
fix all the
so
computers.
stressful.
Like that's so stressful. And then half the time, sometimes it's not even a full-time position
Yeah.
because they're not even open 40 hours. So then they're not even getting paid for a full-time job.
There's a
Like
lot
that
that
is
happens.
a special kind of person that does that.
There's
Because
a lot that happens on the back end.
you don't even know.
to keep this place
Right.
running efficiently.
Yes.
And when it breaks, everyone will notice. But when it's working fine, no one knows it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Much like what we were doing in the closet. Now that it's broken, it's an issue,
Yeah.
and everybody knows, and you can tell.
Yeah.
But once it's going smoothly, you don't.
And
even
in
tell.
a week, we'll forget that it was broken and that you had to
Yeah.
do all that.
Yep.
8 hours of work to
Well,
make
you
it
know,
fix.
That's what we get paid to do.
Yeah.
And I would rather go through what we did
Right.
yesterday and learn it
Yes.
than just call somebody and pay them X amount of money
Absolutely.
to fix it, maybe.
Yeah. Right.
So
And then you don't even know what they did. So like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
we can't even like troubleshoot it. So,
yeah,
well, good. We want to do one more book focus because I think we should do at least 3 each.
we're like at 30, but we
Okay.
can do.
We'll do
we
one
can
more to
both.
close out.
Sure,
Okay. You want to go?
I can go.
How would you like doing that order?
Okay.
I read these at the same time, so this still counts
There you go.
as a recent read. This is a sci-fi, Empire of Silence by Christopher Riacchio. It's an epic science fiction, so it's like the complete opposite of Color of Magic. So this is a bit more dense and a lot of more words.
A lot of more words. I have not read this yet, but I want to read it. I do follow this person on TikTok and Instagram. Her name is Drew Afualo, I think is how you say it. It's called Loud, Accept Nothing Less Than the Life You Deserve. And she is really funny. Also, I listened to her and Caleb Heron, is that how you say his name? I think it is. They do a lot together, and I really like him too. He's really, really funny. But she's good, but she's also very inspiring, so I'm going to read this book. I'll probably take it home today. And it is from the biographies section. Go for it, Michaela.
So I haven't read this one. This one's also on my TBR. But How Are You Really? It is about a girl finding herself and figuring out like what she wants to do in life, who she likes in life, and just who she is as a person.
Nice.
And coming to terms with that. Like,
Is it fiction?
It is fiction. And it kind of gives you an insight, like, from the description, that, like, you don't have to make everybody happy to be
Nice.
in your life. It's your life. And you can do what you want.
You need to read
with
that
it.
book ASAP.
I do.
Man, calling her out.
As a recovering people pleaser myself.
As your friend.
As a friend, not as a boss.
This is one that I have not read. This is one I have not read that I'd like to read someday. It's by Victor Wooten. It's called The Music Lesson, a spiritual search for growth through music.
Nice.
And I also would like to say that while me and Mac were walking to the Lookouts game, there was this
yeah.
guy.
Oh my
he was
gosh.
he was like a landscaper. They were in a truck there, you know. And we're walking up
It's a
the
good
road.
story. I wish we had that on video.
And he's like stopped because someone's crossing, you know.
And I wasn't
then
there.
as he was passing me, he looked at me, like made eye contact, and was like, meow, and drove off.
Cat called, literally.
Yeah.
And the construction worker.
Cat called.
There you go.
Did you meow back?
I didn't.
He
have
was
time.
taken aback. I think. I wasn't
were
there.
astonished.
But I
just
heard he
got
was
out
taken
of there,
aback.
man.
He meowed and go. He meowed and left.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, Mac, that guy just meowed at me.
I wish I'd been there. I had to go back and come separate because I forgot my clear bag.
Oh yeah.
Was he
cat
like? Was he like in the back of the truck bed, like propped
No,
up?
it was
like-
the dude in the
driver.
driver's seat.
Oh,
He was like,
man.
Yeah, he was like, meow, and drove off.
And he cranked that dog.
Yeah, thank God.
So, to wrap up, I would say that, like, next time we're going to maybe show some video of a trip we take. Also, summer reading is going to be going on then. Because
Yeah.
it'll be June, because we're shooting for one a month of these. That's the goal. May not always happen. I think it's
It's
manageable.
happening
I think it's
right now.
manageable.
I think it's
Right.
manageable.
It's happening right now.
Absolutely.
I think it's a manageable goal. So it'll be the middle of summer reading as well. So we can tell
Yeah,
about
we
that.
Can talk about everything we got going on.
Yeah. There's lots to do if you're in Martin or around the area or traveling in Tennessee. Come check us out.
Yeah.
Northwest corner of Tennessee. Martin Public Library.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers to Yappin in the Stacks.
To Yappin.
Yapping hard.
Always yapping. Yapping hard.
It's time for a diet bowl.
At one point you said when she got off. Okay, don't put this on the pod.
Let's go.
It's already going.
I'm saying edit it out. Dude.
Let's all be
Okay.
quiet while Katie introduces us.
Oh, okay. Mac. Attack.
I got paid on me.
Is that what I'm saying?
Mac in the stacks.
Oh, Mac in the stack.
Mac in the stag.
Take. Welcome to Yappin' in the Stacks with Katie and the Diet Boys, featuring Mac Attack.
Wait, I think we need to do it.
Say welcome to Mac. I said welcome to Mac in the Street with Katie and the Diet. Welcome to Yappin' in the Stacks with Katie and the Diet Boys.
Woo!
Holding it out together.
I think we just naturally, like you would at a party.
I hear you. Click you.
It's.
I hear you.
I'm going.
Are we ready? I'm gonna
What?
say the thing. No, I'm gonna say the thing.
Okay, say the thing.
He said party time.
Party time.
Okay, take two. Welcome to Yappin' in the Stacks with Katie and the Diet Boys, featuring Mac Attack.
We gotta redo it.
Don't crack it
Rich reached up. I reached up.
until she picks.
Okay.
That was a good
That one
synchronized.
was good, but you chose incorrectly.
It's true. You did.
That is
I don't see
unfortunate for
anything
you.
wrong. What? Me?
Yeah,
I don't know what I said.
but I didn't. It's
Dinging
in
my
it's in the
hardware.
pod.
It is.
But I didn't
dinging
make a
my
face.
hardware.
I did a good job.
Why are you dinging my hardware?
Okay, bloopers done. Was it recording?
Yes.
Okay.